Hey, my name is Joe.
And I'm Mary Beth.
And this is the best of Gen X.
We are in our 40s.
And we're siblings.
We'll talk about adulting in a world so different from the one we grew up in.
So excuse us while we save a generation.
One episode at a time.
Let's go.
Hey, Joe.
Hello, Mary Beth.
Happy Easter.
Happy Easter to you.
He is risen.
Did you put that on Facebook yet? Make it official?
No need. Facebook's been crazy this week.
Yeah, I imagine so.
I didn't want to bring everybody down, but I can't not talk about what's gone on in the last week in our community. I know that we have a lot of listeners who went to school with us and are feeling the loss that we're all feeling. But we learned a couple of days ago that a beloved teacher and my former colleague committed suicide. Just completely took everyone off guard. His name was Mike. I worked with him. He was my teacher. I think my senior year was his first year.
Yeah, I was going to say.
I had a mad crush on him, and I was positive that once I graduated, he would date
reciprocate?
Me. Yes, he would date me.
Yeah, I was going to say he was a new teacher when I was in high school. He was young.
And he came from Providence, which is a rival school in our area. And one special thing that we've always known about Mike is that he was the one who broke our father's scoring record at IUS. And how long did Dad hold the record?
Probably about 10 years, maybe.
And then Mike broke it. And then his record was broken by another Silver Creek player.
Yep.
So
these are all true things.
So that was always cool about him. He was a great basketball player. He taught math at our school.
Well, Dad when I was a kid, Dad used to take me to watch him play at IUS.
Yeah.
So.
Tall, dark, and handsome, incredibly lovable and friendly and hilarious. Like someone posted on Facebook this week that compared it to something I think we can all relate to, especially at our age. The shock you felt when you heard that Robin Williams had killed himself.
Yeah.
In our community, it feels a lot like that, just because his personality, he is the last person in the world that you would ever expect to do something like this, but apparently he had been battling anxiety and depression for most of his life.
Yeah, I had no idea. As most wouldn't have.
He hit it well, I'll tell you that. Just a funny guy and touched so many lives, and you can feel that the community is just reeling. It's been a shockwave of grief through the community this week. What I appreciate about him is that when I taught mass media, we had a lot of teachers who were never, ever on our side, no matter what I did to try to legitimize the class, and legitimize the work they did. But he never, ever hesitated to help us and support us. He'd be in our videos. He would act in our videos. Or if I just knocked on his classroom door in the middle of a lecture while he was at the board and said, I need a classroom scene, I just need some B-roll, he'd say, come on in, and just let me film and walk around. And
yeah, he was solid. He was a solid dude.
He was an incredible person. And it's just, I think that this loss is going to be felt for years and years and years. And
it proves you never really know what people are going through. He started the Seinfeld Club. He would always joke with kids in the hallway, give everybody nicknames, dress funny. just to get kind of some type of reaction.
He was always down.
Yeah, he was the opposite of what you would think was dealing with something like that. So
he was always game.
Just goes to show you don't know what people are dealing with. And I also, too, believe that men's mental health doesn't get prioritized enough.
Right.
If I'm being honest with you.
Right, yeah.
Because I think men are just kind of, by nature, are supposed to be the protectors and the providers. And
the strong ones.
I don't think people check in on them enough. And so I had a group chat with some buddies of mine, some that went to our school, and we all kind of said the same thing, like, do wellness checks on each other. Just check in just to see how everybody's doing. And if you need anything, please, nothing's worth that.
Well, and what's even more sad about it is that he did check himself in to a facility.
Right. Yeah, I'd heard that too.
For help. Mm-hmm. And the fact that this happened there is also incredibly puzzling.
Yeah, it's heartbreaking.
It's really hard for us to wrap our heads around. And so I couldn't not mention him and pay tribute to what a wonderful, and even speaking about him in past tense is incredibly hard.
It's hard, yeah.
But he will be incredibly missed, and a light has gone out.
Yeah, pray to his wife and his kids. His wife and
his two daughters. So. Just a terrible thing that all of us, so many of our listeners are feeling right now.
Yep.
We are feeling it too, and we love him, and we'll miss him dearly. So I wanted to get to clear the air about that.
Yeah, for sure.
It's been very tough.
Yeah, we had to bring that one up.
Yeah, and I was telling Josh yesterday. Yesterday we just sort of unplugged and said we needed a break from the world for an evening. Since we got back from Aruba, we've been having a really hard time. Josh finds out before we board the plane that his dad passed away. Yeah. So I've been trying to comfort a husband who's just lost his father. And then this happens. And in the midst of all of that, Mallory's 21st birthday happens. And she's been looking so forward to it for a long, long time. We had dinner reservations at a really nice place. And so the last 3 weeks have just been very emotionally taxing on us. And it's just been hard. I had you make me a drink to kind of make my head, kind of get my head right.
Yeah, I hear you.
Right now.
I hear you. It's been kind of a weird week with all that news. And
I will say, just to bring up something that I brought up in February, I talked a lot of trash about Ilya Malinin and what he was going to do at the Olympics, and the disappointment heard round the world when even the commentators were in tears. He had a terrible free skate in the Olympics, but he made a fantastic comeback.
Phew, good.
Right, shut up. So, for the world, so after the Olympics, they have the world's figure skating champion. He was the reigning champion. In fact, before, at the Olympics, he came into the Olympics having not lost in 3 years or something crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So, he was the reigning world champ, and I think this was his third in a row that he won. And he did the same programs that he did at the Olympics, and it may sound stupid, but I don't care. I embrace my nerddom, but as a figure skater and a figure skater enthusiast, it really lifted my heart just to see him rise above all that, to fall flat on your face in front of the whole world, has got to be just the worst thing for somebody to go through as an athlete.
Mm-hmm.
And so that was a high point in the last 3 weeks, I have to say. My shit talking about Ilya was not, it wasn't a load of hooey. He came through and showed everybody what he could do.
Well, cool. I'm glad for him.
Oh, yeah, you are.
Yeah, Mallory, going back to her birthday, I'm excited. She wants to eventually have a little bourbon room session to celebrate. So,
yes, she does.
I'm excited to do that with her. It's just really strange that we have kids that age now.
Yeah, how is that even?
Yeah.
Tonight, well, she told me today that this weekend she's going out to the bars.
Yeah.
The bars. I don't even know, like, what
The
is that?
bars,
Where's
yeah.
that?
Right.
And what kind of dog is this?
It's Frenchie.
Okay. I think I saw sound waves just now with her grunt.
Oh yeah, there she.
But I got a Frenchie next to me.
She's getting comfortable now.
She's getting cozy. Anyway, she mentioned going to the bars, and I was like, "Oh crap! I didn't have the talk with you. Not that I needed to, because she grew up with me being a worrywart,
Right.
and watching murder on TV and crime, true crime stuff.
Yep.
So like, not that I needed to have the talk with her, because she's always heard me say, "Now don't drink anything that someone gives you, and I don't care if it's aspirin, don't take it."
Right.
I was like, "Oh crap! You're 21 now. You can do this like without even telling me, and just go out and do it. And I need to tell you that there are murderers, and you need to like, you need to like stay away."
Right.
And she was like, "Mom, I'm fine."
Yeah.
Which
All of us crime documentary watchers
Yeah.
have become paranoid.
Well, yeah, I've had to stop that. I did stop that for a while for my well-being.
Well, it's certainly a big milestone. And today we're facing some big milestones, Mary Beth. So no more pennies in our pockets.
Crazy.
And MTV no longer is the home of music videos.
Yeah, it's a stark shift. And we also can't ignore the legends that we've lost, like from music giants to pop culture pioneers.
So join us as we reflect, remember, and look forward to what's next for us. And at the end, we'll have some fun playing a game that all Gen Xers can appreciate.
Okay.
So, Mary Beth, legends of entertainment who have passed recently. This has been like...
Super recent.
Yeah, it's...
We've had kind of like a domino effect.
The first one hit me really hard. So I was always a big fan growing up, as I'm sure other Gen Xers were, of Revenge of the Nerds.
Yes.
If you've seen Revenge of the Nerds, obviously they have multiple Revenge of the Nerds movies. I don't remember how many they have, probably 3 or 4. But Robert Carradine is the main nerd with Goose from Top Gun. So Robert Carradine, if you guys aren't familiar, is of the big Carradine acting family.
Yeah, it's like a legacy.
Yeah, the Carradine dynasty.
Dynasty, that's what I was going.
And Robert Carradine is the main nerd with the black hair and the black frame glasses. Which I read recently that his agent was pitching the movie to him to go read for it, and he didn't want to do it because he's actually not a nerd in real life. Like, he's very much not a nerd. Kind of has that look for sure, but he apparently wasn't perceived that way by others, if that makes sense.
Like, he was perceived as what? Cool?
Yes.
Very cool?
To some degree, yes.
Okay.
So when he got asked to go and read for it, he might have done it.
Yeah, because back then we didn't give credence to the nerds. The nerds
Right.
were a cliche.
Right.
That the nerds were something that you saw in like John Hughes films.
Yes.
Where everyone had a place.
Yes.
And the nerds were a very, very separate
Yep.
category of clique.
Yep. So I'm sure there's a lot of details I'm missing, but at the end of the day, the gist of it was he didn't like the idea of the movie. He didn't like the title, and he pretty much was going to back out of it, and they had to talk him into doing it. But it turns out, I mean, he was perfect for it, obviously.
I kind of love stories like that where iconic movie roles are how they could have been so easily
how close it could have been to not being the
to
same
someone
thing.
else, yeah.
And so that was just a big movie growing up in the 80s. It kind of hit on the fraternity versus the nerds, and there wasn't really a lot of that fraternity type style comedy other than like the old Animal House.
Mm-hmm.
So this was like the Gen Xers, like 80s version of Animal House, I guess.
I remember not being allowed to watch it.
Yes, there was definitely some risque portions of the movie for sure. But so that hit me just because I've seen that movie, the original Revenge of the Nerds, probably 300 times, and so that one really.
And I love one of his brothers, who plays Penny's dad.
Yes.
And
in Dexter.
Oh, Lundy.
Yeah.
God,
good call, Joe.
Good character.
Yeah. So it's
He's very cool.
He is pretty cool.
He's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, he's cool. But that one stung with me. I'm stung for me. I'm sure you have a couple.
Well, Catherine O'Hara, I mean...
Yeah, I think we touched on that the day, like around the week she died.
Yeah, we mentioned it. We all know her as the mom from Home Alone, but people our age will remember her from, Nick at Night would play SCTV,
Yeah.
which was like the Canadian SNL, which I thought was better. I thought they were funnier than SNL a lot.
It was pretty
of times.
good. It was pretty good.
Although we did grow up in the era of SNL, like the golden era.
Mm-hmm. Dana Carvey, Mike Myers, all those people.
And Chris Farley. Like, I don't think it gets, as far as SNL, I don't think it gets better than that.
I think nobody would dispute that. Nobody would dispute that.
But SCTV was like, you had to be sort of underground to get that. Mm-hmm. And so I don't remember ever talking to my friends about watching it because, I don't know, it was just like I said, Nick at Night, you're up late in the middle of the night, and that's how you discover it. And that's where we see Martin Short and...
Was John Candy a part of that?
Eugene Levy. I don't remember John Candy.
He was definitely in a comedy troupe with Catherine O'Hara and Eugene Levy, but I couldn't remember if he was in SCTV.
But so my love for her goes further back than Home Alone.
Yeah. Yeah, definite legend.
And then as I said on the podcast before, Schitt's Creek was, I think, her best work. Her best work. And if you don't get on that soon...
I know.
So that was... God, that was hard. And for me, personally, Diane Keaton, that... I was like, no, that didn't... Because you mentioned it.
Yeah.
I learned it in real time on the podcast.
Yeah, I think I had saw it on X or something like that.
Yeah, and I was like, that didn't happen. That's a joke.
Yeah, I didn't know if it was like a satire account. I was like, certainly who would satire?
Celebrity deaths are always a big hoke kind of thing.
Yeah, and she was in some really good stuff.
I just said hoke.
Hoke.
Instead of hoax.
Hoax. That's okay. Yeah, I still
like it was a form of the word.
Yeah, you're still my friend. But she was definitely in some good stuff too.
Yeah, that was hard for me because she was, there for a time. I thought I wanted to be an actress, and she was at the top of the list of people I studied.
Mm-hmm. Chuck Norris was another recent one that most everybody should know. Walker, Texas Ranger.
And I'll tell you, I was not a fan of Walker, Texas Ranger. I didn't ever watch it.
No,
but
terrible show, if we're being honest.
But people our age, it was one of those things where he became a living legend, where you didn't have to watch his stuff to get it, right? Mm-hmm. So you mentioned Chuck Norris, and everybody knows that he could swim through land while Jesus walked on water.
The Chuck Norris jokes are timeless.
And, I've been with my husband for almost 11 years, and Chuck Norris jokes have always been a big part of his repertoire, and they've always made me laugh. Like, they never get old. And he gave a few of them out, the last episode. So just, a lot of loss. A lot of loss.
Yeah, it's hard because it just shows that time is it just goes so fast. Life's so short. We started the podcast talking about, Mike Day, and then all these people that we grew up watching are passing away, and now it's like, gosh, time's ticking, man. It's so short.
Yeah, and it really does quickly put things in perspective.
Yeah, for sure. Well, let's get away from that kind of stuff. Let's get a little bit deeper into why they stopped making the penny.
What the hell?
I don't understand. Well, I guess I do understand. So let me tell you about the penny. So here's what's happened. The U.S. Mint, as we've recently learned, halted production of newly minted coins in late 2025. So I think it was around November. But basically, each penny was costing roughly 3.69 cents to produce.
Really?
Yes. I didn't realize that until recently. So that's about $85 million in annual losses. Crazy. Just to produce the penny.
Costs more to make the penny than the penny's worth.
So while no new pennies are being made for circulation, they do remain legal tender. And so there's about 114 billion existing coins that are continue to circulate. So those will...
And so how long will it be before you go to a gas station and you buy something and it'll be all in like tens and fives, like as far as change?
Yeah, so I mean...
So it'll be like 15 cents instead of 16 cents.
Yeah, so... Existing pennies aren't going to disappear overnight. It'll remain valid for cash transactions. It just didn't say how long, but I know that the future impact is I've already heard that retailers and businesses are going to likely adopt that rounding to the nearest to the nearest nickel for cash transactions. So
okay, I've always said, what a time to be alive.
Uh-huh.
And this is just further proof that Gen X is I mean, has any other generation since the beginning of time experienced such change in such a short amount of time as we have? Like in one lifetime, how much has changed? now the penny goes away.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
right. We have experienced quite a bit.
Yeah, I mean, an incredible amount. Like, we went from, like, we were the generation that I remember the very first VHS tape I held in my hand, and I remember the very first VCR we bought and how cool.
I do remember that.
We've gone from that to like literal robots, like robot butlers are, you know, those are going through the phases of testing right now.
By the way, don't just gloss over that. What was the first VHS tape you remember holding?
Cinderella from the
yes, the one with the Jennifer
Beals, Matthew Broderick. This was the Faerie Tale Theatre, brought to you by Shelley Long.
You can still find those on YouTube, by the way.
I have the DVD collection.
Nice.
I bought it when Mal was little.
Of course you do.
Yeah, because I wanted her to grow up with those. I still love them.
Oh, yeah.
I still...
Oh, yeah, I've watched a couple.
But, like, that was rented from the movie house, which we've talked about before. But to have that first VCR... And remember the VCR, like, you didn't... It was advanced when you, like, pushed the tape in. But the first VCRs that we remember, it opened upward.
Yes.
And you put it in, and then you had to click
down.
it down.
Yep.
And I remember that. And now we have robots, like... running the show.
Do you remember the rewinders?
Huh?
Do you remember when the rewinders came out and you thought that was like super cool and slick? Remember they were like rectangular shaped?
Oh, just like separate rewinders?
Yeah, you would put it in there and it would rewind it really, really fast.
I remember those
before you took
because
it back.
I worked at the coolest place ever, Blockbuster.
Yeah, you did.
And we had a rewinder machine. That was, as my daughter would say, clit. Get this. Do you know what that means?
I can only imagine. Context clues, I got it figured out. Yeah.
Okay. That's the new slang term.
Oh my gosh.
Clit. It means crazy lit.
Oh my, Mallory, goodness. Okay. Yeah, I just remember seeing the first, like, mom and dad had a rewinder, and I remember thinking, whoa, a rewinder.
I don't remember having a separate rewinder.
I do. I remember it because I remember we were about ready to take a tape back, and mom or dad were like, put in the rewinder, put it in the machine, let it rewind.
Well, my point is, we've seen so much change in this one generation, and think about the penny. So, like. When I heard that news, I thought to myself, because I watch these archaeological documentaries, how many years from now are they going to be like digging on where our home stood? And they're going to be finding a penny from like 1982 and go, oh, look at that. Isn't that amazing?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. At some point that will happen, I'm sure. I still freak out when we play left, right, center. It's not pennies specifically, but, if we're playing with quarters. There was a quarter that I had during Christmas. It was like 1967.
It makes me want to stamp everything we own, especially our coinage,
right.
So that when they find it, they can go to Best of Gen X podcast and, like, hear all about.
We'll live on forever. Okay, so that's happening. And then MTV, as of December 31st of 2025... shut down its remaining 24-hour music-only channels.
What the hell?
Globally.
I remember I brought this up on New Year's Eve. I was like, guys, it's the end of an era.
And I hadn't heard it when you said that. I hadn't heard about it. But it's marking the end of a 44-year era of specialized music video broadcasting. And I remember, like, some of the first videos we would see growing up.
So do they make videos still? I mean, I know they do because you can look them up on YouTube, but it comes from a site called Vivo.
No. I don't think so.
Yeah, like I've seen recent videos. Lady Gaga, they're still making videos. Where are they supposed to be? What's the platform for music videos now?
That's a great question.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.
And what's the point of them? Really? I mean, what's the point of them without MTV?
I don't know. I mean, really, back when we were growing up, videos were really how they marketed themselves. That was that's how you really found out who was who and who was on the up and up. So
if you were lucky enough to have cable.
True.
Which we didn't have until 5th, 6th, 7th grade.
Did we not?
So I'm thinking, like, how early, what we should look up? The very first, I know the first video that aired on MTV. But what was the first music video ever made?
Well, then, what was the first?
Can we get our fact checker back in here? Can we get her in real time?
What was the first video? I'm gonna see if you're right.
It was money for nothing, chicks for free, or was it? Yeah.
I think.
Or Video Killed the Radio Star.
Video Killed the Radio Star.
Okay, yeah.
Yep.
I was thinking of the song that goes, I want my MTV.
Dire Straits.
Yes.
Who is not American, by the way. I didn't know that.
What the hell?
Until recently.
Okay, MTV, you deserve to fail.
I heard him in an interview, and he was like Australian or something crazy. I might have that wrong, but he was not
so
American.
So is MTV going to rebrand its name?
It didn't say, but.
So now are they going by like MTV? It stands for meh television.
So basically, following a Paramount merger, apparently, and cost cutting. So the brand is shifting away from 24/7 linear music video channels, and it's focusing instead on streaming, which I know you're going to love this. The main MTV channel's reality programming. So it's strictly going to be like
teens getting pregnant,
right?
People trashing beautiful mansions.
Which hopefully you can catch my sarcasm. Which makes sense that the music television station is going to have reality shows only. Makes zero sense.
I mean, it hasn't the reality stuff. Okay, and I'm going to say this across the board, or maybe I should save this for my hot take. No, I'm going to say it. Reality television hasn't been cool since The Real World.
Yeah, I agree with that.
The Real World started it and ended it. It was not cool after that.
Mm-mm. Everything else was just a try.
Unless you count like some competition things like, I got to say, The Apprentice was pretty damn cool.
That was good.
Because it was unique.
That was really good.
But now there are just like 1,000 versions of the same show. Alone. Naked and Afraid. Like,
yeah, I hate those.
See who can die first in the wilderness. Yeah, I mean, what the hell?
They start doing the Big Brothers and all that kind of stuff, and Love Island, and
yeah, Alonzo is like obsessed with Big Brother.
Yeah, I never got into it, to be honest with you, but I just feel like everything else after Real World was just a try hard type of situation,
right? Because it was so
trying to emulate something like
it was so manufactured. Reality TV no longer feels like reality.
Yeah,
I guess that's part of the entertainment.
Yeah, I even went back recently on Paramount Plus and watched like the old Real World Los Angeles, and it just took me back. I'm like, this is amazing. Yeah,
and wasn't that back in the very beginning when it was like, it felt like Real World. It felt like reality. Mm-hmm. It felt unfiltered. Yeah. And now it's so orchestrated, and like the whole appeal of it was that it felt real.
Right.
And now it's not.
Yeah, and of course we just assumed we were going to be on one of them.
when we watched them. Is this where I confess?
You sent in an audition tape.
I did.
I knew it.
I sent in an audition tape for Real World because I wanted to be an actress, and I was going to eventually, my plan was to move to LA. And so I did. And turns out, like, because they always have a small town Christian white girl. And I thought I could be that.
Sure.
Turns out I was even too boring for that. Because I didn't hear back.
So sorry about your luck. Yeah, you imagine.
Thank God, because I would not have wanted that part of my life to be broadcast.
Well, as the popularity grew, you have to imagine they probably got thousands and thousands of audition tapes and such. But yeah, it's like I just saw Puck on TikTok. Puck was from the San Francisco.
I need to start following. I loved Puck,
and he looks rough.
Oh, I'm sure he looked rough then.
But he looks really rough now.
Yeah.
And so he does little TikTok videos where he's like cooking in his kitchen and stuff. I think he lives with his brother or sister or something like that. I was going to say
parents.
Yeah,
Or does he live? I was going to say maybe I can see him living in like one of those small campers like from the 70s.
Might as well be. But he looks rough. I will admit he looks rough. He kind of sounds rough, but
I really liked him though.
I did too. He actually made that whole season, if we're all being honest. But
do you remember that? I want you to imitate it. Do you remember?
Oh, was it the
yes?
Oh gosh,
one of the episodes. Joe, you imitated this when you were like in your 20s, and it was so funny.
He goes.
Now wait,
I'm probably gonna get this wrong.
Preface: it was insensitive, but that was Puck.
Yeah, and it was 1993 or whatever it was. He goes. That's all he talks about. That's all he talks about to me. That's all he talks about to you. Gay, gay, gay. Or no, he goes AIDS, AIDS, AIDS.
No.
Gay. No, he goes AIDS, AIDS, AIDS. Gay, young AIDS. But he did. He looked at the whole group and goes, that's what he talks about. That's all he talks about to you. That's all he talks about to me. AIDS, AIDS, AIDS. Gay, young AIDS.
Which is terrible that we're laughing at, but we're Gen X.
We're Gen X.
So I don't give a fuck.
And then I remember he always took the two fingers in the peanut butter jar.
Yes.
And that was, gross, obviously, because his hands were always real nasty looking.
And crazy how one of the cast members now is married to
Sean Duffy.
Sean Duffy, who's part of the Trump
It's
administration.
a Trump cabinet.
Like, what is happening?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Well, like I said, and here's a perfect time to go to break. What a time to be alive. So let's go to break. We'll come back and play your game.
Okay. Hey, listeners, do you like judging people as much as we do?
Then judge us.
To submit your criticisms and complaints about our show, you can reach us at gotohell@bazinga.biz.
For all other comments, questions, or suggestions about future episodes, drop us a line. Send us a text from our website at thebestofgenx.buzzsprout.com and click on the link just above the show notes.
Or email us at thebestofgenx@gmail.com. Okay, welcome back. Now, Mary Beth, you had a high school friend reach out recently, right?
Yes. Okay, given what I talked about in the first part of our episode, my phone's been blowing up with people our age, former students of mine, just about the passing of Mike. And I heard from my good friend Rachel. I'll protect her identity. I won't say her last name, but Rachel M. Dear friend of mine from the teen years and beyond. She actually reached out to me. She texted me this week, and I thought it was sweet. She said, I'm seeing everything going on in the Silver Creek community right now, and I just want to send you my love. And she said she had coffee with one of, I hope is still one of our loyal listeners, Julie. And we've mentioned them before, the Poe sisters. Mm-hmm. Julie's one of them. And Julie's cousin, Lori. This was the group who was primarily responsible for the fact that I have Jesus in my life right now. And so they will always be incredibly special to me. And I believe Julie still listens. And she said that she had coffee with Julie recently. And she told me about you and Joe. And she said, just listen to the first episode and I'm with Joe. That was a crazy thought about whether you have anything to say. And she said, I can't wait to hear the next one. So Rachel's now hooked onto our podcast.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, but again, it's funny from an outside perspective. And Julie, strangely enough, was one of the first people in my life to actually say the words out loud to my face. You're an intimidating person. So when I say I've been told this my whole life, I'm not kidding.
That's funny.
I know. And so for Rachel to say that you're right, like how crazy that Mary Beth wouldn't have an opinion about something or have something to say. So that's me. But Rachel, miss you and love you and hope you keep listening. I told her because it does get better.
Right. We were getting our sea legs at the beginning.
Yeah, the first few episodes. We were good out of the gate. Come on.
Yeah, okay.
But,
I was just trying to be humble.
Yeah. But anyway, I thought that was cool. And it was great to hear from her.
Well, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's sweet.
Oh, wait. Do you know what time it is?
Hot takes.
Hot takes.
All right. One of my favorite times of the podcast. Shall I start or ladies first?
I don't know. My hot take's pretty hot, according to my husband.
Okay, well, mine's pretty simple.
Okay.
So we'll go simple first.
Okay.
Meetings should never be longer than 15 minutes.
Cheers to that.
Cheers to that. I have a job that has, on average, 7 to 9 meetings a day.
Good Lord.
And I swear to you, a lot of them are just bull honky. And they can be covered off in a Teams chat or an email, for sure. Or just pick up the phone, get it over with. But, it just seems like there's so much like formality with all of it. And it's so corporate-y. I don't like the long meetings whatsoever.
I have to say, when I was teaching, one of the things that sucked the joy out of the experience is a bad administration. When administrators behave in such a way that keeps the morale at an all-time low, like a lot of it has to do with those unnecessary hoops that you have to jump through that make the company or the school look good on paper. Like you can document, we had this meeting, we had that meeting, we had this learning development, that learning, where you're not gaining anything.
Right.
But on paper, you're looking fantastic.
Yeah, my least favorite.
So wrong.
My least favorite is being in a meeting and somebody ends it with, "Okay, so let's schedule another meeting to do whatever.
It's the
Let's
worst.
connect offline."
That's the worst. Let's do this again soon.
Yeah, please, as fast as we can. So that's my hot take.
Okay, that's a good one. That's a good one. Well, my hot take was hot enough to piss my husband off. And
God, I'm ready
y'all
for it.
know my Joshy.
I'm ready for it.
He
If
doesn't
Josh
get-
gets pissed, you've done something.
Yeah. And when I say pissed, I mean...
He's still laughing.
So
let's face it.
Here's what happened that I know he was, quote, pissed. So I'm in the living room. I'm standing over the couch. He's sitting on the couch. We're both looking at the TV. And I'm like, you know what? Because I
God.
can't
Right.
not say it.
Yeah.
Whatever it is,
Yeah.
I can't not say it.
Yeah.
And so I say it. And we go back and forth, whatever. And then like 15, 20 minutes later, I'm in the bed. I'm watching TV in the bedroom. And he comes in with his phone. He's like, okay, I just want to say this one thing. Like, so for him to like carry it for a few minutes and like bring it back into the bedroom. And I said, Josh, are you trying to like change my mind? Because that's not going to happen. I said, you don't have to state your case. It's fine that you think whatever, but it made him mad enough to like get up off the couch. like he had to show or prove something. Okay. So my hot take is about sports ball. And I accept full blame for being one of those, like, what do they call it? Armchair quarterbacks.
Mm-hmm.
Even though it's about baseball.
Yeah, it's the same. You still use it.
I have no authority to speak on this issue.
Yeah, I know.
Right? So I'm going to just preface with that. But it's my opinion. I've been with him for a lot of years. He's obsessed with baseball. So I have learned through him how important the pitcher has become in the game. Now, he has always been so impressed with the pitcher's role in a baseball game. Okay? He's all about strategy and the analytical part and this and that. And so I have watched through that lens how baseball has changed, putting so much emphasis on the talent of a pitcher. Mm-hmm. And we celebrate pitching no-hitters. That's a good thing. Yay, how impressive. The emphasis on pitchers, and here's my hot take, has made the game of baseball so incredibly boring to watch, I want to fucking kick puppies.
Why? I don't understand.
Because when it's all about the pitcher, you have, 7, 8 other athletes, star athletes, world-class athletes on the field who have nothing to fucking do. But we're all cheering this, oh my God, pitched a no-hitter. Okay, a no-hitter is the most boring thing on earth. This is supposed to be America's pastime. You have people filling those seats, filling these stadiums. And what? Watch nothing? To watch the pitcher concentrate and send mixed signals that you can't understand to the catcher, to watch them stand and focus and like fake out. And then, oh, my favorite, they stand, they look like they're going to throw a pitch, but they throw it to first. It's like, stop. It's all about the pitcher and what's in the pitcher's head. And the code, the secret code being shared between the pitcher and the catcher. That may be great for baseball analytics. It is horrible for the baseball fan because you have made the other players irrelevant. I want to see. Oh, and Josh argued with, this was his argument, one of his arguments. Well, do you think it's easy to hit a ball at 100 miles an hour? And I'm like, no, and that is my point. I want to see a ball hit. I want to see it go to center field. I want to see the center fielder do a front somersault and maybe not catch it, but then grab it and then throw it to second to try to make an exciting out. That doesn't happen. Hardly, when all our focus is on the pitcher and the pitcher's experience on the mound.
Are you ready for me to respond?
I was going to say, are you ready to tell me how full of shit I am?
I mean, I understand what you're saying. However,
As an outsider looking in, it looks boring as hell.
first of all, professional infielders, outfielders, catchers, whoever that's not the pitcher, they love it when it's boring because they're getting paid a gajillion dollars to not have to do much of anything.
You're proving my point.
So they love it. However,
money, but the fans, we don't care.
No, however, it is very rare to do. It's very hard to do, like a no-hitter, what you're describing. But it's also very rare. So, I guess I just said that, so I said it twice. But it's so rare, Mary Beth, that it's not like you're going to watch a baseball game because there's games on every day because there's so many teams playing. But you're not going to watch a no-hitter 4 times a week. They're so rare that my point is every other game that you watch, the ball's getting hit. Fielders are having to make plays.
Right.
So 98% of the time or 99%
Let me
of the
clarify
time.
then, because I'm not talking about just the no-hitter games.
Okay.
I'm talking about an inning or part of an inning when your team's out there in the outfield
And nobody hits it.
I mean,
that
that happens constantly. I mean, I'm not talking about no hitters, but that happens constantly, and it takes, for me, like, what's the spectator to do? Like, I don't know, but I guess the sport doesn't exist for the spectator necessarily, but
the spectators they like the look of it. They like the sounds of a game. They like watching the infielders make adjustments, like on the pitch. Like they get ready for the ball. They're preparing for the ball to come to them.
Yeah.
There's certain things they do to do that. Josh knows. The defense shifts strategically for certain hitters, and just like spectators like to watch what's going on.
I know, but it's one. I guess end of story. It's one of the reasons that I think baseball has become so boring to watch in comparison to like volleyball, basketball, tennis, things that are where the ball's constantly moving and the athletes are constantly moving. Baseball's become nothing but a sit and watch.
Well, when Josh and I were growing up, it was even sometimes harder to watch for people that weren't into it because
they changed the timing.
Now they have like pitch clock,
which
rules.
I thought was a good move.
Yeah, so I mean the pitchers have to get rid of it quicker, and they can't just sit there and ho-hum,
So someone cosmically knew how I felt.
Now, baseball purists around certainly, complained about that enough.
I don't think Josh was a fan of that, but I was like, "Yay for that!"
Yeah. So they're trying to keep people engaged. That was like one of the ways they did it.
So that's my hot take. But
okay, well, that's a pretty good one. I can see both sides, but I love baseball, so I'm gonna say that you're wrong.
Yeah.
Okay.
Leave.
So leave. Kindly leave.
Oh,
dear. Okay, so we decided for this last half of the episode to play a fun game, and it's called Bring It Back or Leave It in the Past. So it's the game where we each come up with a few things considered to be the best and worst of Gen X. Is it time to revive certain trends, or should we just let them stay in the 80s and 90s? Let's go.
Ooh.
Okay, so I'll start since I'm introducing the game. Okay, but we're going to have a little fun with it. So, one thing that I would like to bring back, independent arcades.
Ooh.
Yeah, man, those physical, like, coin-op arcades with cabinet video games and pinball and foosball, acting as community hubs for the youth to take their skateboard or their bicycle. Oh, those were so cool.
It's one of the things that... Did you get into Stranger Things?
I didn't, but I don't know why I didn't. I just didn't.
I know. Shame on you, Gen Xer.
Yeah.
Because that show was like a love letter to our generation.
Right.
But
that's what I've heard.
There was one of those in Aruba. Remember, there was an arcade.
Yes, there was. I don't know why I didn't check it out, but I think our small town had one for a minute. I don't think it lasted very long. Mm-hmm. I think it was down there where the old police station used to be.
Yeah.
So I just thought that was the coolest thing ever. It was an independent arcade.
Okay,
You just take a few coins, have an afternoon with the boys.
Or at pizza places when you could play Pac-Man and wait for your pizza.
Yes. The little sit-down Pac-Man machine.
Yes.
Good times.
All right, so what would I bring back? I think one of the things I would bring back is Gen X parenting.
That's solid. That's a solid choice.
Yeah. what we would call it free range parenting, free range childhood
with no consequences. The parents had no consequences back then, for the most part.
Well, just we lived in a time when we could, you let your children go outside. You made your children go outside and play, and we wouldn't go home until dark. And
you were forced to use your imagination.
You had to use your imagination. The parents made you figure things out for yourself, and we became self-sufficient, independent adults. Whereas we overcorrected, which we've talked about before. And, so I think I would bring the parenting back a little bit, because you can't parent or coach the way that we used to be parenting.
You are 100% correct.
You 100%. Have to. When I coached cheerleading, I also directed theater. So you have to mention them. Like, if you point out a player or, a kid who's playing a certain role, if you had to give them notes, you would think that the kids who didn't get called out would be happy. Oh, no. The kids who didn't called out would cry.
Right.
Because they weren't acknowledged.
Yeah.
So we were supposed to point them out and say...
They were the forgotten children.
And Alonzo and I would go crazy. We would say to them, if you don't hear from us at the end of a rehearsal, that means you're doing your job well. They couldn't take it.
Mm-mm.
They needed such validation. So the parenting I would bring back.
That's a good one. You know what I would bring back?
What?
Cheap concert tickets. Probably one of the reasons I don't go to concerts very much anymore, because I think they're silly and overpriced.
They are so overpriced.
Yeah, the days of affordable live music before all the excessive service fees was... I mean, I saw some old ticket stubs from back in the 80s, 90s, early 90s, and they were like $20, $15 to like a big time, prime time concert, big bands, $15, $20. And you can't touch that anymore.
Can't touch it.
Can't touch it. Mm-hmm.
I would bring back good music. I'm sorry. I mean, there are great songs out right now. But I have to say, so much of what I hear now in terms of like contemporary music, what I hear my daughter listen to, it just sounds so synthesized. And that's weird coming from someone who loved synth music from the 80s, obviously. Mm-hmm. But it's just like melody. There's no melody. It's just like monotone. Things are repeated constantly in this tone. Things are repeated constantly in this tone. Like
It's gross.
Like, bring back original, unique sound. Bring back unique artists. I'm telling you, when I listen to the radio now, I always have to ask my daughter, who's this? Who's this? Even country songs, even country stations.
Because they all sound the same?
They all sound the same. Give me an era where there is a Cyndi Lauper, where there's a Bob Dylan, where there's a Tom Petty, where there are these, Janet Jackson, like...
Basically, the We Are the World
unmistakable. Like Michael Jackson. Oh, are you going to go see the Michael Jackson movie?
I did see the preview for it.
Do we need to go see it?
I think I should.
Okay, because it's coming out in April.
Hey, okay.
Kind of excited about that, but yeah, like bring back music where the artists and their style are just unmistakable. Yeah. Right now, it just sounds like template.
Yeah, it's like, I said this recently, curated social media algorithms.
There you go.
Yeah, that's a good one. So another one I had was, and you kind of sort of touched on it, so you stole my thunder a little bit, unsupervised outdoor play. You mentioned.
Free range.
Yeah, just playing outside until the street lights came on with minimal supervision. And it made me think, I drove by recently, our North Fern Street house, and I was passing how we had that middle driveway connecting our great grandmother's house.
Yeah.
So it was like right in the middle of each house. And I was passing it, and of course I was trying to drive slow so I could just kind of look and reminisce. And I'll tell you what, it was hard to see it because it's kind of run down.
Yeah.
Like, the garage. You remember the garages were painted really white. And you had to like manually open them. And then we had the big grill, brick layered grill in the back. Like that wasn't there. The garage door looked really run down. And I kind of like, how in movies and TVs when you have like those flashbacks when you see something that's run down, but then they flash back to when it was nice and clean and fun. And that's what I was doing. I was driving real slow, and the visual came to me where we were out there playing, and but again, it's like we were just out there for what seemed like 20 hours, just making things up, playing little games, playing fantasy world characters and all this and that, and I miss those days quite a bit.
I do too.
Yeah, I miss those days quite a bit, and probably back then we just felt like we were bored, but now it's like you would kill to go back to those days.
Yeah. Oh man.
At the time, you're probably like, man, I'm bored doing this. Let's do something else. But
you figure out something
you
else.
Figure something else out to do. Oh, this stick looks cool, and then you just become like you're in another world, just grabbing a stick off the ground. So, yeah, it was hard to see that house like that, to be honest with you.
Yeah. I feel ya.
Yeah.
All right. I would bring back books in school.
Oh gosh, yeah, because it's all digitized and everything's
like they just decided a few years ago that we're just going to give every student a Chromebook, and like that's part of what was, when you don't use a muscle, it atrophies, and the brain is no different, and that's what I feel like the digital age has done, and so to replace textbooks with Chromebooks, I don't think has done us any favors. And in fact, I've heard that across the country, school districts are going back to textbooks.
Are they?
Yes.
Well, that's encouraging.
Yeah. But I think it's made a huge difference, and not for the better. In terms of, I just don't think there's any intellectual challenge.
Well, that's fair. That's one of the first things I always remembered when I was growing up in school, like when you first got to school, the textbook smell.
Yeah.
Just had that smell.
The school book glue.
Yeah, just had that smell. I honestly missed school as a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, times.
But always having to search for an answer. That sharpens your thinking skills.
Yeah, it taught
you have to think critically.
Yeah, it taught you quite a bit of discipline, honestly.
Yeah, but I mean, just how to think critically about the world. And with everything at our fingertips now, I think they're realizing that, there's a difference between keeping up with the times and ruining kids' brains.
Right.
And I think that they were trying to say, look, we're high techie.
Right.
And it backfired.
Okay, those are all good ones. I guess the last one I had was bringing back boom boxes and Walkmans.
Hey.
I miss those too.
I do too.
Man, our boombox, we had that big gray one.
We did.
And it was like the ones you see where they put them on the shoulder.
Yeah. Or you see on the ground next to a cardboard slat where people were breakdancing on it.
Yes. I had a Walkman. I remember when I was 19 or 20. And I was starting to get into shape, and I started taking some short runs around mom and dad's neighborhood. And I remember having the Walkman clipped, how heavy that thing was. And I somehow had it clipped on my waist, or maybe I put it in some type of waistband thing. And I had the earpiece around my ears, the big headphones around my ears. It's so funny to think about that now. The cord's going everywhere. It's heavy. I'm afraid it's going to fall off my shorts. It probably did. And now it's you just put a couple of AirPods in your ear and you're done. And it's, but I miss that whole Walkmans, Walkman era. That was fun.
Yeah.
Me and my friend, Nick Mobley, he would come over and we'd play basketball, and we'd put the boom box in the garage and jam while we were playing, our little Nerf game or whatever.
Yeah, and it's we couldn't. There was no Pandora type of essence. So where you type in your favorite artist and they just play a bunch of stuff.
No.
You had to be very intentional about the kind of music that you listened to and the kind of music you'd learned, because remember, you'd go buy a CD or a cassette tape and you'd look at the lyrics, or if the lyrics weren't there, you would pause and write down the lyrics yourself. Oh, yeah. So there was more of an investment in the music itself, I think, as a fan.
Yeah.
as a listener.
And then we got good about, because we were so used to it, we got good about knowing how long to rewind it to get to the song we wanted to fast forward. Because you're like, you just knew, like, that's been right there. And then you'd hit the button and it would be perfect.
Yeah, but I do kind of miss, unfolding the CD cover.
Yes.
And like reading all the lyrics.
Yes.
And I remember I thought that was advanced. Like when the CD came out.
Yeah, when the lyrics weren't there, it frustrated me. I'm like, why aren't the lyrics here? Why are the lyrics not
exactly.
here?
We felt gypped.
Yeah, we felt gypped. I haven't used that word in so long. Gypped. You know what?
Oh, oops.
Hey, you know what? I'm going to bring that back.
Okay.
Gypped.
I thought people still said that.
No, I haven't said that in years. Gypped.
Gypped.
But I'm going to say it now. Do you have any more, Mary Beth?
No.
Okay. Well, let's switch gears. And what are some things to keep in the past? You can have it. We don't want it. Don't want to bring it here. Can we start?
Yeah, you can have your real-time viewing experience. I've been spoiled. I can't wait. Don't make me wait a week for an episode. Don't show it one time, and then if we miss it, we have months and months and months to have to like watch it again. If it comes on, maybe if it comes on again, in reruns. But I do not miss that. I have become super spoiled by our streaming opportunities.
Yeah, I'm very grateful for that.
Yeah, to be able to even to be able to buy a DVD set of something when we were in our 20s was like, wow, I can watch this in order. In order.
Right.
And
that was big. That was different. That was different.
Yeah, so like that was the first start of like binge watching where you just like have a set of something.
Or it's even like the Christmas stuff, like the Charlie Brown stuff. Like you had to watch it when it was on.
Yes.
At the time it was on,
especially around Christmas.
Or else
crucial.
You were relying on somebody else that recorded it, or you had to wait till the next year.
Right.
Frustrating.
Yes. So they can have that.
Okay. Well, I have one that is close to me. Bowl cut. I had the stupidest chili bowl cut. The stupidest chili bowl cut.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and overlap with yours at the same time. We can talk about it.
I hate everybody who acted like that was acceptable for me to have.
I was going to say, they can have their hair.
I mean, that's like the bowl cut is like a universally disliked hairstyle that so many of people in our generation are glad to see retired. Don't ever bring it back.
So when you're online and you see those, like on TikTok, they'll show those random 90s classroom high school videos.
Oh, yeah.
And you see the chili bowl.
Oh, awful.
All over the place.
I had it in my senior pictures, for God's sake.
Yeah.
Awful.
And I was going to say hair. Like, you can keep the hair. You can keep the Aquanet. You can keep the rave. That rave, was it rave? In the blue?
Yes.
Okay.
Like the turquoise blue?
Yes. That shit was like cement. And it would literally, if you overdid it, it would turn into like, it would crystallize in your hair into chunks that you had to pick out.
Oh, yeah.
So like Aquanet and the sides sprayed up and the perms and the big bangs, that can all be left
the
behind.
company that created Rave dared your hair to move after it set foot in that hair.
I don't know how my hair survived that era.
It's crazy.
They can have it. And the reason that I thought I would want to say that the hair, like, bring some of the hair back, because I cannot stand, though, the guys' haircuts today.
Oh,
what is going on in top? On top,
the perm and the broccoli top stuff.
They look like broccoli stalks.
We had a freshman
or
group.
Like alien spaceships.
We had a freshman group last year on our team that it was like the worst hair of any team I have ever seen in my life. Awful.
They all look the same.
But then I thought to myself, but I had a chili bowl.
What's worse, though?
I don't know. The perm. In our generation, if you were a dude and you had a perm, it was...
If you were a dude and had a perm. But now...
I mean, I would be embarrassed to go to school with a perm if I was that.
Do they perm?
Yeah.
They do this on purpose?
Yes. The boys do perms.
Oh, my God. I thought it was just like for any boy that has crazy hair that doesn't go...
Oh, no, ma'am.
I thought it was, if my hair doesn't do what I want it to do, it's just going to sit on top of my head like a spaceship.
Oh, no, ma'am.
This is...
It's awful. Awful.
All right, well...
And they sit there on the court and they have to poof up their bangs because it's in their eyes and stuff.
Yes.
And it has to sit a certain high way. It's really weird. It's strange. It's like electrocution. Like when you're when you get that electric shock to your hair, what is that called? Is that it's not electrocution?
No, it's not. Electrocution is by definition death by
Yeah,
electric
but
shock.
you know what I'm saying, though. It's
Like you're at a science fair.
static,
Yes.
static electricity. Can't speak. But yeah, their hair, it's got static in it.
Damn, I didn't know people were perming.
But purposely.
I did not know that.
Oh, the perming that's a sore spot for me.
But that style, yeah.
But imagine I had a bowl cut. And imagine that I was waking up the morning of my senior pictures. And also imagine I looked in the mirror and I was like, you know what?
I look
ready.
good.
I'm ready to go get those
I look
pictures.
so good.
Yeah, I can't wait to get there. What the hell was I thinking?
Oh my goodness.
All right, so what you got?
Things that have returned. No, wait, we're on. Okay,
things to keep in the past.
Okay, things to keep in the past. You can keep your in-person shopping in the past.
Oh, that's a good one.
Making me come to the mall, making me walk through the furniture store.
It's your own personal hell, isn't it?
Making me go to the drugstore. I mean, it is. It is my personal hell. I've become quite accustomed to a certain lifestyle that doesn't make me leave the house. So
I understand.
I love curbside pickup. I love Amazon. I really love that. So you can leave in-person shopping in the past. Right now, being able to find anything day or night and to be able to have it in a few hours, amazing.
Well, I have one. Waiting for film development. So, undeveloped disposable camera film that clogs up your junk drawers.
Good call.
And now you can just point your phone at something and just take a picture and it's right there.
I'd love to throw the phone away, but I'm so glad that we can see immediately how the pictures turned out.
Even that, you take the picture right away and you can email it, text it, send it to whoever you want.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
But you can see how it turned out and then like a do-over.
Yeah, for sure.
So I kind of dig that.
Okay. What else you got?
I think that's it.
That's all you got?
I think so.
Well, you know what? You can keep acid-washed denim jeans and giant shoulder pads in the past.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I know some 90s fashion is returning. You know, the extreme high bleach acid wash and linebacker-size shoulder pads are generally considered best left behind.
The shoulder pads,
I love Mom, but she was big on the shoulder
She
pads.
was huge on that.
Yeah, she looked like Lawrence Taylor from the New York Giants.
And I'm a huge fan of Golden Girls, so shoulder pads, I mean, it's all over the place.
Yeah, so.
Terrible. What were we thinking?
Remember the hypercolor shirts?
Yes.
You can leave that in the past, too. They seem cool at first.
I wanted one and never had one.
Right, but they change colors based on your body heat, which sort of inconveniently highlighted sweat in places like your pits. Right. So that's why I never wore them. I thought they looked cool. The colors were cool.
Or like a guy could just go up and grab your boobs and then they're, I mean.
Right?
That was,
yeah,
I'm sure.
That's a no-go. Definitely wouldn't survive that today.
No.
Okay, Mary Beth. Well, let's finish it with, even though we're doing the keep it in the past, bring something back, what are a few things that have already returned? It's always an interesting twist.
I was very surprised that scrunchies made a comeback.
Really?
Yes.
Scrunchies have made a comeback. Okay.
Yeah, I cannot believe. Because when Mal was a teenager, the scrunchie made a comeback. And I was like, we used to wear that. That's not... First of all, I was thinking, are we that old? And then I thought, why would... To bring all things back, why scrunchie?
Right, that specifically.
But yeah, a lot was going on when Mal was a teen where she'd be like, yeah, we need vintage. So I need to go in your closet. I'd be like... Going in my closet for vintage.
Thanks.
Thank you.
I have noticed some of those claw clip things are coming back. I've seen a couple of those.
Oh, yeah.
It's big.
Claw clips, scrunchies, that really surprised me.
I'll tell you what I kind of like that's returned is not so much the skatewear, but like the grunge aesthetic.
Oh, yeah.
You know, the plaid flannels and the worn-in band tees. That's pretty popular still.
Yeah, I've noticed that. It's kind of
returned. I like that.
I like that I didn't get rid of some things, just some staple pieces, and they've come back. Like,
solid. I like it.
For Mal to look in my closet for like ripped up jeans. I mean, like you said, like the vintage look ripped up, not like we came out of a factory, so here are 18 slits
right,
on my
exactly.
jeans. Like that's not authentic.
Yeah.
But like to save pairs of jeans that ripped legitimately, where I squatted down to pick something up and my knees ripped.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I had my favorite pair of college jeans that the knees ripped, and I just like let it ride. I'm like, let's go.
Exactly. So that's made a comeback.
So funny we did that.
I know. And Old Navy has had an entire campaign on quote 90s jeans.
Oh really?
Yes. So in the last year, Old Navy has brought back quote 90s jeans, like on purpose, calling it 90s
Interesting.
jeans. Yes.
I don't have this on my notes, but I have heard or seen, not heard. I've seen on Reddit some users are claiming that the crank up windows have made it come back in some vehicles. Now
Why? Why?
Now I haven't seen that. I can't corroborate that.
Now why would you want that?
But if crank up windows are coming back, that to me that's an issue.
That is an issue. Like, we're talking about convenience here. Come on.
Right. So
why would you want to
more to come on that one? But the Bourbon Room here at my house has the record player, and I've noticed some vinyl records and some physical media is coming back.
Yes.
Cassettes and even VHS tapes are experiencing resurgence.
I'm saying that I'm a little happy about the record player.
Yeah, that actually makes me happy.
Same.
Quite a bit.
What else has come back?
Those are the main ones that I could think of.
Yeah, I can't think of anything else that's made a comeback other than fashion and I have heard. I will say this: I did kind of crap on today's music, but I do hear sometimes some 80s influence.
You do.
I do. I don't know. Like, there's a Bruno Mars song. You hear some trumpets in the back. I hear some synthesizing that's like 80s synth. I feel like The Weeknd, or does he call himself Weeknd or The Weeknd?
He changed it. I think he changed it recently.
I feel like he does a good job of like mixing old and new.
Yeah, I think Pharrell tries to do some of that stuff too.
Who's that?
Pharrell?
Pharrell?
Yeah, I mean.
Wait, Pharrell?
No, like Pharrell, like Pharell or.
Oh, is he the? 'Cause I'm happy.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Pharrell's.
Pharrell's
totally pretty good. He tries to mix in some of that stuff, I think.
Yeah, where you can just kind of hear hints of like 80s influence. Yeah. But I can't think of anything that's come back. I mean, mom jeans. I see females wear the real thick white socks over the black workout pants or whatever those things are called, yoga pants with it looks so bulky. I'm like, why would you make your ankles look I have told my daughter this.
10 inches wider?
I've told my daughter, no show socks. Make your ankles look as skinny as possible. What do you do?
I don't get it.
I don't know.
But hey, do you, boo? You see a lot of women in airports. I've noticed that recently. Like, they're rocking like the big khaki coat with the black pants and the big thick old socks. I'm like, what
are you doing?
What is happening?
You're like trying to be as unfuckable as possible.
You might as well just have like Sharpie on your forehead that says, "Please don't approach me ever." I don't want to be talked to by anyone.
Oh, I think we've covered it all.
Okay.
We have spoken.
We have spoken. The gavel has been hit.
Well, thank you so much for listening to another piece of the Gen X experience we're saving. What we will miss and what we're glad to leave behind has now been immortalized in the annals of history. If you like what you heard, subscribe to The Best of Gen X wherever you get your podcasts so you never miss an episode. Joe, always a pleasure.
Duh.